Amber Heard isn't crazy. Johnny couldn't handle her. For real, just wipe the poop up and wash the sheets, bro. Woman opens plane emergency door before takeoff as she felt stuffy. 3100 dinner bill after her blind date refused to pay for the 23 family members she brought along. Killing of 5 bald men in Mozambique is linked to a new superstitious belief that bald men have gold in their head. Teacher defends her relationship with a student by arguing his grades improved. My son told me he learned that octopuses can climb through small cracks, so he's scared to swim in the ocean because an octopus might climb inside of his butt, and now I'm scared to swim in the ocean too. San Francisco created an app asking for the public help locating the rare instances of human feces found in the public spaces for cleanup. The project was cancelled 11 days later, but the map still exists. I wish we could use laughing emojis in real life, or you could just laugh. He spent over 70k when there was a DoorDash glitch, and they finally charged him. We literally teach babies how to speak, so why can't we raise animals the same way and teach them too? This guy told his job he did not want to have a birthday party because of his anxiety. They threw him one anyways. He had a panic attack. They fired him for his behavior. He sued, and now they owe him 450k. Everyone Google search actor and count how many men come up before one woman. Hahaha. Well, maybe if you typed the word actress, you fricking idiot. Fox sleeping in a graveyard. Makes me wonder about reincarnation. Makes me wonder about soulmates. Makes me think that the dark stone probably soaks up sunlight, and that's the warmest place around for a fox to nap. Being a billionaire and marrying that is crazy, not gonna lie. Turkish Islamic preacher says men without beards cause indecent thoughts in other men because they look like women. Grow a beard, you are turning me gay. No, it took a while, but finally humans became dumb enough to teach robots how to use guns. Found my 3-year-old son yelled, "We are in here," during an active shooter drill at his school today. British tourist who carved name into Colosseum begs for forgiveness as he faces 5 years in prison. John fought for a deaf actress to be cast in A Quiet Place and made sure the whole cast learned sign language on set instead of just teaching her English. This is like dinosaurs having their picture taken with an asteroid. As a white person, I have never said the N-word for any reason. I said it once, but it was to save a life. But even so, I think about my decision to do so every day. One time I was late to practice and my coach made me run laps. My dad was the coach and he drove me to practice. When a child first sets foot in school, he is presented with a globe, books on dinosaurs, stories of the moon landing, photographs of the Titanic. The brainwashing starts early. Pizza delivery man runs into a burning home to save 5 children, jumps from 2nd floor holding child, saves 5 children from a burning building, gets injured in the process of being a hero, needs to start a GoFundMe for the medical bills. My health insurance sent me a letter telling me they're cancelling my health insurance because they don't know my address. So tomorrow I have to read that back to them and see if they can see the problem there. Why the hell has he got his shirt off? Hahaha. Skin to skin mate. Vital for bonding straight from birth. Did it with both of mine. Sounds gay. Fuck that. You are burning in the fiery pits of hell when a small demon crawls out from under a rock to observe your suffering. Can men please stop trying to be influencers? We need electricians and mechanics. I'm begging you. Should I step down as head of Twitter? I will abide by the results of this poll. Should I run Twitter? This is her without makeup. Definitely mid. A woman found out her boyfriend was cheating when her Fitbit smartwatch showed a spike at 2 a.m. They have synced the Fitbit watch together, and she got a notification that he burned 500 calories at 2 a.m. People who leave their phones set to military time are war criminals. How do you look at 1605 and go, wow, I can understand that. Bootlickers, what's next? Are you going to join the army? Recruit me. Americans be like, okay, I cannot count past 12 actually. Woman who proposed to boyfriend trolled online. You have no self-respect. The power went out on Halloween, so my boyfriend and I still wanted to make tea, so we had to do this. Took 40 minutes, but it worked. But it's gas, not electric. You could have lit the burner with a lighter. We stay on the phone when we are asleep, at school, showering, and eating. That's how you keep a relationship flowing. Honestly, Mr. Beast annoys me so much. Not only is this playing God, essentially just having fun with people less fortunate than you and doing as much as you please with them, but he is also discouraging the government from fixing the problem. Anything for views though, right? Ohio man charged with attempted murder after placing Florida police officer in chokehold at Orlando airport. So you're telling me chokeholds are attempted to murder people? Since when did my fridge need electricity? It's a fridge. The fact when you arrive at your Airbnb and realize that the whole space is essentially just large-ish bathroom that the host put a bed into. How can she respect you if you talk tough but then lean into her? This guy came into my thrift store and asked if we could wash our clothes before putting them out, and I said we don't, and he went straight to the underwear and swimwear section them and started to sniff them. A prison inmate tried to sue himself for allowing himself to get drunk and ruin his life. He demanded $5 million from himself and reasoned that the state should pay since he did not get a salary behind bars. I'm confused how he's homeless, but he has a working cell phone. You are confused how a home costs more than a phone. Is this your first day on Earth? How is this possible? Where are you from? I'm from Brazil. Brazil does not speak English. Yes, but humans can learn more than one language. What if a stranger could snap your picture on the sidewalk, then use an app to quickly discover your name and address? A lot of women would die. That's what if. McDonald's loses EU trademark battle over the Big Mac. Burger King starts trolling them. Big Mac-ish, but flame-grilled of course, not Big Macs. A teacher battling cancer ran out of sick days, so school employees showered him with theirs. If the goalkeeper is allowed to pick up the ball, then why doesn't he just pick it up and run across the field to the other goal? Is he dumb? Grandmother tricks speeding drivers by pointing her hairdryer at them. If you ever feel dumb, just remember America lost an 87-ton tank in a field for 30 years. When I was a kid, I literally thought that English was the only language, and people speaking other languages were still learning and trying their best. My mom made my sister take a pregnancy test. Turns out she's having 100 babies. What a weirdo. Canadian man says he is really a 6-year-old. You had one job. I said my name was Mark, with a C. What's the dumbest thing you got in trouble for in school? I was accused of plagiarism by 2 professors and was given a long, big talk about how seriously it was taken. I was confused and crying by the end. Then they showed me the art they think I copied, and it was my own art from my own site that had popped up in a Google image search. The day I realized my husband had changed the locks after I had an affair and was left pounding on the door pleading, sickened and furious. Pizza Hut has gone full woke. Now we must make them full broke. This year, cancel culture is ruining America. This freshman was like, I can't find my class, and we looked at his schedule and he's at the wrong school. I'm so dead. Who should be the 800th person I follow? You are only following 759. How is that going to turn into 800? First date from hell. Man sues woman for texting at movies. Dear atheists, how is it that cavemen survived the asteroid but the dinosaurs didn't? Social distancing. They stayed 65 million years apart. Instagrammer 22 says learning about World War II is bad for kids' mental health. Men should understand that some of these girls brings friends to a date because of safety, not for your food and drinks. Then why are they eating and drinking? Some of them should be outside checking the perimeter. The insurance company asked if there was a chance that my dad's amputated leg would grow back. Skull found in France with a knife still embedded in it. The skull belonged to a Roman soldier who died during the Gallic War. Whenever I see things like this, I wonder how they died. I guess it will always be a mystery. I'm going to go with stabbed through the head. Called a restaurant to make a reservation but couldn't think of the word, so asked for a food appointment, and now I can never show my face there again. Laughing cow cheese, huh? I bet that cow wasn't laughing when you slaughtered it. You don't kill a cow to make cheese. These painted strawberries from the supermarket. My mate's dad had to go to a flat to do some maintenance, and this was in the kitchen. I cannot believe people live like this. This is incredible. China is testing its new autonomous electric train that does not need traditional tracks. It runs on a virtual track, can go anywhere. Bro, that's a bendy bus. What pedestrians look like across Europe. It looks like everyone is walking away from Poland. Mum's big boy now. Not long till you're 2, my son. Mum is not going to be here for your birthday, but why can't you be with him? I'm going to Hamilton to have a few drinks. It's just so weird to me that not too long ago, someone with a regular old job could buy a house, like an entire house, with just their job money. Fitness influencers are promoting fish tank cleaner as an anti-aging cure. It's a Caesar salad. Most bobcats are not named Bob. My baby dad got promoted, so I appealed for more child support. He ordered a DNA test, and my son failed. He put the results in my mailbox. I forgave myself for cheating, but he's being petty. He's been my son's dad for 8 years. Why ghost my child now? How to fix it? When I got in a car crash and called my dad right away, and he just said, skill issue, and hung up. I cancelled a job interview today, just so I could follow this guy around. Why does cake go into the oven at 350 degrees if the batter is spilling at 120? Breaking news. Arrested after calling Crime Stopper. Man tries to turn himself in for reward money. Men opening doors for women is a symbol of aggressive patriarchy. Men are saying, you may enter or leave, but only on my say-so. A man opening and holding a door for a woman is him subconsciously reminding her that all men are in control of a woman's choices. Upon arriving to help get my keys out of my car, the AAA guys locked his keys in his car and had to call AAA. I worked my ass off to pay back my student loans in full. Student loan forgiveness is an absolute insult. My grandmother died of cancer, so I think a cure for cancer would be a massive insult. September 25, 1926. Henry Ford announces the 8-hour, 5-day work week. week. Everyone booed this man. This is so incorrect. It hurts my head. So sad that Europeans don't understand the feeling of having an ice-cold glass of water when they come back from spending time outside. What did I just read? You shouldn't drink, smoke while pregnant because it can cause birth defects and disabilities. Okay, why are we so scared of having disabled children? Just another classic example of ableism and policying what women do with their bodies. When you see a girl wearing these, you know you are about to hear some of the dumbest stuff known to man. My children will get privacy from me when they can pay their own bills and feed themselves. Until then, you do what I say. Ain't negotiable. We're not friends. I haven't spoken to my mother in 10 years. Welcome to your future. In high school, I went to a sleepover and the girl I liked climbed into bed with me and she started tickling me and I was like, haha, okay, well, time for bed. And I think about that twice every 5 minutes. My friend didn't reply to her man for 2 weeks and told me that you have to give them time to miss you. And now he's got a new girl. NFT purchased by Logan Paul for $600k is now worth $10. Dad rages after daughter's private school claims dinosaurs doesn't exist. Officers kill man with no active warrant at wrong house. No active warrants is an odd yet intentionally malicious way of saying innocent man. My sister started 8th grade and it's all on Zoom. Today she got in trouble because she got up to get water during class. As she's getting yelled at, she looks at me and says, how's this bitch gonna tell me I can't get water in my own house? The bank says I can't afford a $950 mortgage, so I pay $1,400 a month in rent instead. Hi, excuse me. I just found out the professor for this online course I'm taking died in 2019, and he is technically still giving classes since he's literally my professor for this course, and I'm learning from lectures recorded before his passing. It's a great class, but what? My daughter was just offered a teaching position for $16 an hour. She has 2 masters in education. That's $32k annual. No wonder they can't find good teachers. She was making $55k as a bartender. 12-year-old boy appears in court on felony charge for selling CDs at mall. A sinkhole roughly the size of 6 to 7 washing machines has closed the northbound lanes of State Line Road near 100th Street in Kansas City. Americans will measure anything but the metric system. School district pulls To Kill a Mockingbird from reading list. Makes people uncomfortable, officials say. That's the point of the fucking book. 8 grilled cheese, fries, crepes, and more before hitting the... Now that is bravery. I live in Syria, and this story gave me the strength to carry on. Thank you for sharing her story. I worked at Forever 21 as a cashier, and I guess the customer I rang up was an IG baddie because a few people recognized her, but I did not, and when I checked her out, she was like, this line is so long, do you know who I am? And I said, no, sorry. And then her card declined for $135. Updated his cover photo. What type of cat is this? Helps to reduce the vibrations that travel through the cord and into the earbuds. Personal opinion, it's more comfortable for extended periods of time and helps keep the earbuds secure in your ears when walking around. I honest to God thought, but won't the music be upside down? Please excuse me while I search for a new psychiatrist. Pee pee poo poo. Justin, this is not an automated message. Shall we consider this a confirmation for said date and time? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yes, tomorrow works fine. Screw the Illuminati. You are the reason this world is messed up. Sam, we are not the Illuminati. We are the Illuminate Fridays, a branded night that showcases top DJs and quality production at nightclubs here in Atlanta. Oh, okay, sorry. Customer came in complaining of hearing a whistle coming from the engine. I was able to diagnose the issue as them having asshole friends. When I was 5, I found out my grandpa had a twin when I saw him after my grandpa's funeral. A fucking heads up would have been nice. Canadians think the Titanic was a real event and not just a movie. How dumb can you be? ... I hope you're kidding. I got dumped for having red hair. My boyfriend's mom did not want to risk having ginger grandchildren, so she made him dump me. He married a blonde and had 2 ginger kids. Karma. My kids are blonde. 1950. We will have flying cars. 2023. Do not eat this wrapper. You are such a dumb animal. You pre-ordered digital games as if they're going to run out. Was just trapped on the escalator for hours. Power went off. Why didn't you just walk down the escalator? Cause it stopped working. An escalator is just moving steps. Oh yeah, so it is. Lol. Did you mean elevator? No, an escalator. Microwave a penny for 1 minute to get a mini coin. Thanks a lot, man. If I got a dime every time I did not understand what's going on, I would be like, why are you giving me these dimes? No one. News reporters for the first few seconds when they go on camera. Pro tip, ask for cucumbers instead of chips at the Mexican restaurant. Most are happy to accommodate. Many 3-year-olds are having trouble staying within the lines. Maybe if you could practice coloring this turtle, it would help with your parking. To all of you hunters who kill animals for food, shame on you. You ought to go to the store and buy the meat that was made there, where no animals were harmed. Psychologist, minorities are obese because of racism. If both basketball teams just worked together, they could score so many points. Boys, let's confuse the girls. No, this is the only map they know. Fortnite. Hate message. Angry response. Very triggered response with no facts to back up. Unintelligible nonsense about your female parent, and a sexual joke in no way related to the events that transpired in the game. I just took a pill that helps accelerate my brainwaves. You're smart now. No, I'm stupid faster. Earth is flat. It just spins very fast, creating an illusion of being round. Today in Walmart, this girl ahead of me in line, card kept declining, so the cashier offered to pay for it. She told him, I have a boyfriend, and the cashier legit told her, I'm trying to hurry home and watch some basketball right now, not date your broke ass. The people choosing to be sterilized in their 20s. I honestly don't like kids. They're germy and annoying and gross. Question, if you go out with your boyfriend and your friends, do you expect him to pay the entire tab or just you and his? Bro, I have 30... This meme is so old. I'm not reading this. One girl, one poll, and one regret. How did people know what roads to take before Google Maps was made? They used maps. Wait, no, I said before Google Maps. In China, a scannable QR code was projected in the sky by drones, and when scanned, allowed people to download a video game. You ever watch a rich person expression change when you ask a question that's too poor? I once bragged to a coworker that I got my outfit from a thrifting store, and my boss took me aside and said not to say I shop at thrift stores because it made him look bad, like he didn't pay me enough. Reader, he did not pay me enough. A priest, a minister, and a rabbit walks into a bar. The rabbit says, I think I'm a typo. It's spelled Rabbi Steve. This is really embarrassing for you as an author. The idea of being visited by aliens lost its appeal when I realized they would likely just be some other planet's asshole billionaires. If only he had something that could elevate him a few feet. McDonald's USA. Employee, 9 an hour, no benefits. Big Mac, 581. McDonald's Denmark, 22 an hour, 6 weeks vacation. 1 year paid maternity leave. Life insurance, pension. Big Mac, 482. My boyfriend turned down 5 fully paid scholarships just to stay here with me. I really love this man so much. Your boyfriend is dumb as hell. If I offered you 100k to jump out of a plane with no parachute, would you do it? I bet you said no, but what if I told you the plane was on the ground? Moral of the story, know all of the facts before you open your mouth. My teacher is so dumb, he thought the sun was a star. That's because it is. No, it's not. A sun is a star, and a star is a star. Saying that a sun is a star is the same as saying a tomato is a fruit. That's right, it's not true. A house burglar who was caught because he took the decision to log onto Facebook using the victim's computer and forgot to log off. If I have a medical emergency, don't you dare call an ambulance. You better Uber myself to the hospital, because I am not about to pay 5k for a ride in a Wii U wagon. I finally found some credible evidence. Breaking, Goliath from the Old Testament in the Bible is found outside Rome. The theory of evolution was wrong. This is very funny, because all else aside, if it was Goliath, the forehead would be smashed in. Like, that is the one thing we know about Goliath. Many people lie to themselves about Cavill's attraction. He used to be cute, had a head full of hair, youthful, exuberant. Now his balding hairline is tragic, body ruined by steroids. Any traces of old attraction gone, with him being a creepy weirdo gamer. My father turned 90 and wanted to do a photo shoot to be posted on social media, even though he isn't on it. I want to like these photos, but I need to know who they voted for president and what they were doing during the 60s. For real, my first thought was, this man is racist. Atheists, if God isn't real, how do you explain walking on water? Can you walk on water like Jesus? Yes, show me a video of you walking on water. I don't need to. You just need to have faith that I did. I'm down 100 pounds. Fatphobic incel gets rewarded by Reddit for fat erasure. The plastic surgeon, known on TikTok as Dr. Roxy, has been banned from practicing medicine in Ohio after authorities determined that she injured patients while live streaming their procedures to hundreds of thousands of viewers. You ever notice that it's socially acceptable to tell poor people how to spend their money, but when we ask the rich to stop hoarding wealth, the response is, it's their money. I honestly don't care what people do. Tourists are now flocking to Death Valley to experience possible world record heat of 131 degrees. The heat is expected to hit this on Sunday, setting a world record for the hottest temperature ever reliably recorded. Since there are so many clever men on here, reckon yous have an idea on how to get bald lock nut off a car. Tried every tool possible and an axe. Rich people have small TVs and big libraries. Poor people have small libraries and big TVs. Rich people have in-home theaters. Please stop lying. I had an ankle fracture surgery cancelled this morning because he couldn't afford his deductible. This guy will never run or walk without pain again. He will never work construction again. And he has insurance that he pays for, and he still can't afford his necessary surgery. Minding my own business, eating lunch, and some rather large woman with purple hair comments that she liked my shirt because it makes it easier to spot assholes in this this world. Not sure what she has against British motorcycles, but whatever I guess. American middle schools caught forcing students to do a Muslim prayer 5 times a day. This is what decades of rejecting Jesus Christ has done to the nation. The children are worshipping Satan. It's a tornado drill. Found this guy walking around our backyard today. Did you throw it in the water? That's a tortoise, not a turtle. It can't swim. Proud mum moment. She used the correct use of there, and she's only in 2nd grade. I know 30-year-olds that can't do that. Can I do what they're doing? Yes. No. Damn, the benches were fucking the budget up that much. That's crazy. Hi, Jeremy. Benches were removed from stations to prevent the homeless from sleeping on them. We have inconvenienced you and made this station more inaccessible to the pregnant, disabled, and elderly. But you must understand, let us conflict further misery on people without homes. I worked for a billing office and built programs to make it easier to keep track of clients, payments, and records. I was fired and told to finish out 2 weeks. In that time, I removed every program I had created and put them back on their outdated original program. So, my body, my choice, except for when it comes to student loan debt. That's when someone else should step in. Point to the place on your body where the student loans are. Give $600 to a poor person and it's gone in a week. Give $600 to a rich person and it's multiplied 10 times in a few years or less. Here, let me fix that for you. Give $600 to someone with no money and they have no choice but to use it to survive. Give $600 to someone whose needs are already met and they can sit on it all they want. Are we really this dense? The math ain't mathin'. Hey, can you send me $250 for the babysitter tonight? Hey, you want me to pay for your babysitter and the date? You're a man, right? I'm a single mother of 3. This is a part of dating me. Wow, this is not even in my budget. I had a real nice evening planned for us and I can't even add $250 to the evening. I'm sorry. Wow, enjoy the evening by yourself. Tired of dating broke men. Breaking. Subway is now offering free sandwiches for life to someone who is willingly to legally change their first name to Subway. The contest will choose a random winner who will then be given $750 to go through with the name change and cover legal fees. Hi Steven, do I have your attention now? I know all about her. You dirty, sneaking, immoral, unfaithful, poorly endowed slimeball. Everything is caught on tape. Your soon-to-be ex-wife, Emily. P.S. I paid for this billboard from our joint bank account. My mate took 2 weeks off work, went to Africa, climbed Kilimanjaro, raised over $300k for charity. Having hiked and climbed for 7 days, he reached the summit and asked his guide to take a picture before his iPhone battery died because of the -25 cold, and here it is. What's the dumbest thing you've ever heard? I drive for Uber on the weekends, and one time a girl who was in her late 20s told me that I was making her uncomfortable. I haven't said a word the whole trip, so I asked how I could make the situation better. She said she didn't like how I kept playing with the fidget stick in the middle of my car. I drove a manual. She then told me I didn't need to use that because her car didn't have that, and claimed to be a mechanic. My daughter was graded 7 out of 10 and 14 out of 10 in her homework just to color some objects. Last week and 2 weeks ago, I wrote to her in correspondence that 14 out of 10 was an error. School replied, Tara's mum, those were dates. We do not grade toddlers. I am embarrassed for myself. You want socialized medicine? Tell me again about how good Canadian healthcare is. Tell me about the wait times for serious medical procedures. Did you guys learn anything from the complete failure of Obamacare? My husband needed brain surgery. World-class neurosurgeons removed a wedge of his skull, used lasers to remove scar tissue on his temporal lobe, and then put his skull back together. My biggest expenses were parking and snacks for stress eating. Uber Eats just spent 5.5 million plus whatever it costs to get Cardi B, those people, to support local restaurants, while putting local restaurants out of business by charging them 30% delivery fees.